Hello everyone, this is Aaron again. Today I want to talk to you about a problem I ran into with my Yong Heng compressor. And that's something we'll be talking about later on in the video. It's not really a serious problem, but it's something that I think is avoidable. I didn't pay any attention to it, and it caught me a little bit. And hopefully the information I'm going to give you will help you not to run into the little problem I ran into that I'm sure I can fix without too much trouble. But before doing that, I want to do some shout outs. This is my 141st video. I did my first video December 2nd, 4 years ago. And at the end of this year, that will be 5 years. And over the last at least a year and a half, I say, to 2 years, I've been trying to do a video every week. And I must admit that it gets difficult. But I know that I want to do it because of two things. One, the people that support me by watching all the time, the viewers and the subscribers. And so I want to give a shout out to them in a few minutes. I want to give a shout out to those people who have basically aided me in doing these videos by giving me some free stuff. And also giving me some discounted stuff that I was able to use. And I also want to give a shout out to those people who watch me who have their own channels and are trying their best to get viewers and that type of thing. I want to give them an opportunity to see who they are and see if there's something you might want to watch. So 4 things we're going to try to cover in this video. So let's get started with the first one. And the first one is basically a shout out to those people who have supported me with discounts and with free stuff in order to allow me to do videos. And there have been basically 3 of them. One at the top of the list I gotta say is Corral Arms. And right here, I'll pop it up right here. Corral Arms, when I reached 5,000 viewers and I decided to have a big giveaway, you might want to go and look at that video if you haven't looked at the big giveaway. I gave away scopes and all kinds of stuff. And Corral, even though I only had 5,000 subscribers, and not a whole bunch of views on a lot of my things, when I contacted them and said, hey, I'd like to give away one of your guns. I really love your guns. I really wish you check out my videos and see. And I would be so grateful if you could do that. They got back to, I guess they watched a few of my videos. They got back to me in no time and said, yeah, Aaron, no problem. We'll get you a gun to give away. And so, as the biggest part, and the grand prize in the big giveaway was a P15. I think it was in 22. And so, Corral Arms is way up there for me. Now, I would say this, I'm sure that it was a great investment for them, because a lot of you guys have told me that I have purchased a P15. And knock on wood, if I had it, that old saying, so far, everyone who's bought one has told me, just praised it. I get texts from people, or not texts, I get comments from people who say, my P15 will be here in 2 days or 3 days or whatever. When it comes, I got my P15 today and I just love it. For the money, I think it's one of the greatest guns out there in bullpup fashion. I got 3 of them, and the only problem I ever had, I did a video on it, is that the field probe O-ring is going to go out after a while, and there's a video on how to fix that. So, Corral, boom, right here, you're #1 with me for supporting a up-and-coming guy who had no subscribers and all. You threw a gun at my way and allowed me to give away one of your products. Thank you so much for that. The next person I want to talk about is Darko Delarco. Now Darko, right here, his information. Darko makes magazines, and I'm telling you, his magazines are amazing. I just like them. You know, one thing about the P15, if you got one, you know they come with some to load, especially if you get out to a small caliber and you got big fingers like me, and you start loading 177s one after another. It's kind of cumbersome to do, but Darko's magazines are so easy to load. And I'm giving him a shout out for this. When I contacted him, I said, hey, Darko, I'd like to show some of your products on my channel. Some of your upgrades for the P15. No problem, man. What do you need? Sent me the magazines. again, I'm small time, but he hopped up there and he did that for me. And so Darko, I want to thank you so much for that. And again, up here, if you ever want to get some quality magazines, that's the place to get them for this. They're printed. I don't know this print thing they have. I don't know. It's too technical for me, but I guess they print these things some kind of way. That's always been over my head. And the next person I want to talk about is JB 3D printing. Right here. Now, this guy makes magazine holders. He makes beautiful butt stop. One thing about the P15, it's a little short. For if you're long like me, it's a little short. And so he makes a butt plate for it that extends it out, and it's adjustable, so you can slide the gun up and down and get it right set for your eye. Again, I contacted him and say, hey, you know, I'm doing a big giveaway, and will you give me some things to give away? Sure, Aaron. Gave me some butt plate and magazine holders for the bipod, that sort of thing. It's been a while ago, so I'm forgetting some of this stuff. But got up to me. Same thing with Darko. Darko gave me the magazines. I mean, both these guys came through for me. So JB 3D Printing, and here's this contact information right here again. If you ever want to get some quality stuff, especially with that butt plate, I love the butt plate on all three of my guns. That's a quality place to get them. Again, here's the person who supported me when there was nothing out there, and I want to support them back by telling you what is there. Now, the last thing is something called air effective tuning. Right here. Now, on all my guns, I have air effective tuning shrouds, and those shrouds are so quiet and so light. I love them. And with them, I couldn't get anything for the giveaway from them. I guess these things are kind of expensive to produce. But they did give me a discount on my first purchase. I ended up buying three more guns. But on my first purchase, they did give me a discount. And again, didn't have to do it, but they did it for me. So I want to give a shout out to them right now. And again, right here, JB 3D Printing is best for me. And I just want to thank them and Darko and also Air Effective Tuning for what they've done for me there. And the next thing I want to talk about is I want to talk about those guys. You know, I have a map, and let me just show you real quick. I'm just going to hop up and I'm not going to keep it down, but I have a map back here. And I'll just pull this up real quick for you to let you know that it is behind this curtain. The map is, my worldwide map is there. And it has tax in it for, it has a tack in it for everyone that is out there who has contacted me and said, hey Aaron, I watch your channel, I'm from Yugoslavia, or wherever the case might be. As soon as they say it to me, I write it down, I'll come down and put a tack in the map. Now right now, so I want to give a shout out to those guys right now. So I'm going to do this in alphabetical order. And thank God goodness that UK is probably at the bottom. I don't know if I got anybody from New Zealand or anything like that. Because they're off the hook. I don't know how many people. I might have 30, 40 people on there from the UK. And so I put those on last. But right now, I want to just pop up here right now for you, those guys who have contacted me and said, hey Aaron, I'm from so-and-so and I watch your channel and I really appreciate it. And so I want to show my appreciation here to run those up here right now. And I'm going to pop those up as we go through this video. And you guys can take a look at those and just pause it, because I can't leave it up long enough for you to read through all of them. But just pause it and take a look at those guys. And these are people who support me, and I just want to give a shout out to you, and I want to thank you so much for watching, for subscribing, and for your comments, and for all the love that you show. Now the last thing I want to talk about is those guys out there, they're starting they're starting channels just like I did. And they're contacting me, and none of these guys have said to me that I can recall, has said to me, Aaron, I got a channel and I'm doing this and this. They just comment. How I happened to do it was that if it sounded at all like they may have a channel, like the air gun shooter, I'm just making this up, the air gun shooter, or the persecutor or whatever, I said, wait a minute, this guy might have a channel. I click on it, go over, and I watch his videos. So right now I want to pop up these guys right here. These guys, I'm going to leave these up here a while as I talk. But these are guys that are out there that have their own channels. And I'm just saying to you guys, you know, you can pause this and you can look at one of these and you can type it in, because I can't put them all in a link. Type it in and say, hey, I'm going to go check this guy out. And just, I'm sure they would appreciate it. I would appreciate it if you would just go over and just see what they have to offer. And you might find something that's interesting. You may find something that you might want to subscribe to, or at least ring the bell for, whatever you want to do to keep these guys growing. Because I know how hard it is to grow a channel. 4 years, 7,000 people. It's not easy. And these people are working very, very hard to try and get quality videos out to you and interesting videos out to you. And I'm hoping that you guys will reciprocate and check them out. So with that, I'm going to go to the last part of this video, which is going to be talking to you about my Yong Heng compressor and one of the problems I ran into with it and how you might be able to avoid this with yours. I don't have a fix for you because I haven't fixed mine yet, but I can at least show you how to avoid it, and I think the fix is going to be probably relatively simple. I hope I have to take it apart. But I'm going to break right here, go get that compressor, put it up here and show you what I'm talking about, all right? Thank you guys so much. And please, again, back this thing up and take a look at those people that I've talked about who have supported me. Take a look at those names of the people who are always watching and commenting, and take a critical look at those people who have their own channel here and would really appreciate your coming over and taking a look at what they're producing for you. Okay? So, let's go with the next part of it. Okay, you're back, and I hope you guys, if you didn't like that first part of the video, the shout outs I was doing and that sort of thing, don't comment on it. I hope that you would just fast forward from that to this part of the video and see if that's all you wanted to see of it. But I just wanted to give some shout out to those people who have supported me. I think that's really, really important. And to acknowledge those people who are watching you, I think that's equally as important. And to support those channels that are out there that are actually watching me, that are trying to get theirs up. I know they still would appreciate your tuning in on that. Now to the problem at hand. My Yong Heng compressor has a problem. This is a problem. If you have one of these, you already know that this is the water flows through this high pressure head, down and out, and into the bucket, and then back around again, keeping the system cool. Now what happens is that water is going through, it gets hot, okay? And so if there's any kind of contaminants in that water at all, and what I mean by contaminants, I mean like, I guess that's too strong of a word, but here at our house, we have severe calcium in our water. I mean, if I pour some water and let it evaporate, the bottom of it would be powder. We'd have powder in it from all the calcium that's in the water here. I didn't think of that. So I've been using regular water out of the tap to keep this thing cool over the years. Now, mind you, I've had this thing, I think, almost 3 years. So this clog took a while to happen, but it did happen. And I'm quite sure that when I get in, I'm going to find scales and scales of hard calcium build up in here. I'm trying to find a chemical now that's going to break that calcium up without me having to take this high pressure head off, because I'm not going to do that, because I know if I take this high pressure head off, what's going to happen? I am going to put it back together, I'm going to have leaks, and I'm never going to get it running right again. So I don't want to do that. I hope I can find a chemical solution. But the solution for you is this. This is what I suggest. When you first get this, do a flow rate on it. And all the flow rate is you can do is this. Just hook your pump up to it, hook up to the water, get you a glass of water, and then just count how many seconds it takes for this thing to fill that glass. It's going to fill it rather rapidly. Because what I had noticed with mine, but didn't pay any attention to, was that my flow rate was getting lower and lower. The water used to shoot out when I first got it. Toward the end, it was just trickling out slower and slower. But I was just so busy filling my tank up and running back up and shooting that I didn't pay much attention to it, and then eventually stopped this thing completely up totally. I mean, I cannot get any water through. I can put the hole and blow as hard as I can. It won't blow through. So one thing I want to say to you is that don't use tap water in these. I don't care how good your water is. Get some purified water or some distilled water would be even better. Okay? And a guy recently, I've had people who have talked to me before, written to me before about using antifreeze in it. But when they talked about antifreeze, they talked about it from the standpoint of cooling. And I'm saying, well, you know, wet rags around here take care of that. I don't need that. But I just recently got a comment from a guy, and he said, Aaron, you should use antifreeze in this as a lubricant. And I didn't even think about that. There are some lubricating qualities and anti-corrosion quality chemicals that are in there that can keep this thing from corroding. So in the future, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use distilled water if I can find some cheap enough, and I'm going to add at least maybe 20% of coolant in there just for the lubricating properties and to keep that calcium down in here. Between those two, but you got to understand again, this is that's something going to happen to you overnight. It's been 3 years. It took 3 years for mine to clog up. So it's nothing that's going to happen very quickly at all. But I just want to make you mindful of it. You know, I've talked a lot about this compressor, and a lot of people have bought it because I talked about it so well. And I always told you guys that if I suggest anything to you at all that I think is great, if there's any problem with it all, I'm going to do a video on it to let you know this is a problem with this. Just for full disclosure and all of that. So with that, I think that if you do have one of these, distilled water, using a little antifreeze in it would be helpful to keep it from corroding and to keep it from getting stopped up like mine and having to go and maybe take this high pressure head off, which I really hope I don't need to do. So with that, I'm going to go, but let me just say this. Okay, right now I'm making this video. It is it's getting towards a little past the center of the middle of April. I'm going to start pesting here pretty soon, and I've been doing videos, as I said. I've been doing a video every week for the last year and a half at least, and I'm kind of running out of content. But at the same time, I do want to keep posting them. But I will tell you this: starting after next week, I got one more to post next week, maybe 2 more weeks. Then after that, I'm going to take a break. And what I mean by a break is I'm still going to post some things, but it won't be weekly until the fall. Now, when the fall comes, when we get into September, October, and the hunting season starts, and pesting really gets started going, and all that, I'll start uploading videos weekly again. But they're going to slow down a little bit now. I may throw in a fishing video every now and then. Some people tended to appreciate that a little bit. But right now I just need to just slow down and try to come up with some more content. 140 different subject matters is hard to come by. And I do want to have another giveaway. And so I'm going to be contacting a few more companies to see if I can get anything from them at all in the line of a giveaway. I'm almost tempted to go back to Corral and ask them for another gun, but I don't know. That may be pushing it a little bit. They did give me one the first time around, but I'm hoping to have a giveaway in the fall. I'm hoping to start videos up heavy again in the fall. But for right now, for the summer, they're going to be a bit sporadic, so don't look for them weekly. The weekly posting on Sunday nights. But so with that, I just want to say I want to thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for subscribing. Thank you guys for your comment. Thank you guys in advance for watching those other channels that I posted here. Go back there, slow it down, write down some of the ones that sound good to you, and just go and visit them and just see. They would appreciate it, and you may just find something that you like there. So I want to again thank you guys, and all I can say is keep it safe, and I'll try to keep the videos coming. Thanks a lot.